Norcross Brothers Contractors and Builders was a prominent 19th-century American construction company, especially noted for the work, mostly in stone, for the architectural firms of H.H.Richardson and McKim, Mead and White.The Norcross Brothers, James Atkinson and Orlando Whitney were born in Maine to Jesse Springer Norcross, proprietor of Norcross Mills and Margaret, and moved to Worcester, Massachusetts in 1868. The pedigree descends from Philip Norcross and his wife, Sarah, the brothers' paternal great-great-grandparents, originally of Watertown, Ma., skilled construction carpenters. They opened their own construction company and in 1869 contracted to build the new Worcester High School building designed by a young architect, H.H.Richardson. From that point on, the brothers became Richardson's primary contractors. Ultimately, they were to build more than 30 of his designs, including 3 that considered his best work: Trinity Church in Boston, Massachusetts, the Marshall Fields and Amp Company building in Chicago, Illinois, and the Allegheny County Courthouse in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Following the death of Richardson, the brothers became the contractor for many of McKim, Mead and White's projects. When and W opened a new office in New York City, in 1894, the Norcross brothers had their own space within it. As had been the case with Richardson, much of the value of the Norcross brothers to and W, and other architects derived from Orlando Norcross's engineering skill. Though largely self-taught, he had developed the skills needed to solve the vast engineering problems brought to him by his clients. For example, the size of the dome at the Rhode Island Capitol was expanded very late in the design process, perhaps even after construction had begun, so that it would be larger than the one just completed by Cass Gilbert for the Minnesota Capitol. Because of the need for stone, a primary building material of the time, was outpacing the supply, the brothers eventually acquired their own stone quarries, first in Connecticut and in Massachusetts, and later in Westchester County, New York, and in Georgia. They also established a factory in Worcester where they manufactured architectural building parts. In all, the company is credited with completing over 650 building projects. Selected H.H. Richardson projects: Ames Monument, Laramie, Wyoming; Augustus St. Gordon's Sculptor, 1882; William Watts Sherman House, Newport, Re. 1875–1876. Projects for other architects: Juniper Hall, later Masonic Hospital, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts; James Earl, architect; Art Institute of Chicago, Shepley, Rutan and Coolidge, Chicago, Illinois, 1892; Cathedral of All Saints, Albany, New York; Robert Gibson, architect, begun 1884; Jersey City Public Library, Jersey City, New Jersey; Brighton Bacon, architects, 1901; Low Library, Columbia University, New York City; McKim, Mead and White, architects; Symphony Hall, Boston, Massachusetts; McKim, Mead and White, architects, 1900; Gates for Hope Cemetery, Worcester, Massachusetts, 1915; Cross Memorial College, Syracuse, New York; Archimedes Russell, architect, 1897; Worcester City Hall, Worcester, Massachusetts; Peabody and Stearns, architects, 1895–98; The Algonquin Club, Boston; McKim, Mead and White, architects, 1886; Adams Memorial, McKim, Mead and White, architects; Augustus St. Gordon's Sculptor, Rock Creek Cemetery, Washington, D.C., 1891; Millicent Library, Brigham and Spofford, architects, Fairhaven, Massachusetts, 1893, as well as numerous other public libraries, mostly in the northeastern part of the United States. Norcross Mausoleum, Hope Cemetery, Worcester, Massachusetts, 1903. Corcoran Art Gallery, Washington, D.C. Lesser Congregational Church, New York Public Library, Carrere and Hastings, Architects. Harvard Medical Building, Shepley, Rutan and Coolidge, Architects, 1906. Rhode Island State Capitol Building, McKim, Mead and White, Architects, 1895 to 1904. Gatehouses and Pavilion, Vanderbilt Mansion, McKim, Mead and White, Architects, Hyde Park, New York, 1896 to 98. South Station, Boston, Massachusetts with Shepley, Rutan and Coolidge, 1897. Citations